Thank you for clicking this video. In this video, you will see me take what is commonly known as a ultra limited bike, also called a geezer glide, into what is now known as Rolling Thunder. So my father called me up in August of 2020 and said, hey, I'll sell you my 2011 Ultra Limited. And he gave me a price, and basically I said, hold on, I'll be right there. And these are the pictures of the bike the day I picked the bike up. After getting the bike home, I had already ordered a set of handlebars and CFR slip-ons that you can see in the background. It was time for a 3-hole oil change. During the oil change process, I had noticed that the front forks were leaking oil. So I'd ordered a kit to replace all seals and bearings in the front forks. As I started tearing the bike down, I noticed it was absolutely filthy, and this would be the best time to get it cleaned up. During this period of time, I tore the entire front of the bike down to rebuild the forks and install handlebars. In this picture here, you can also see that I've already installed the CFR slip-ons. Here are the Fat Bagger 14-inch handlebars mounted on the bike. The bike is now back in one piece with the new CFR slip-ons and the handlebars installed. I had decided that I was going to go with a Willie G type theme for this motorcycle, and I found this clutch and brake lever, which I really liked. I also decided to get rid of the chrome mirrors and go with this set of black ones. I also ended up dropping the mirrors from on top of the handlebars to underneath the handlebars. Alright, this is where it starts to get good with the performance enhancements. Here you're looking at the Vance & Hine power duals, and then we will have where I've teared the guts out of the cam case, and you'll see all the parts that I have gathered up here of everything I pulled out of it. I have the cam chest built here with the fueling cam plate, tensioners to match, with the high flow race oil pump, also using Woods Alpha lifters, a Woods Night Prowler TW222 cams, and S&S Quickie push rods. The air cleaner I went with was a DK Custom Products Outlaw High Flow 828 air cleaner. I also went with an external breather system, and you can see the catch can right underneath the air filter there. Also, I decided to put the DK rocker lockers in the top of this motor. I've used them before in others and really like the way they quieten down the noise up top. After taking this bike to a stage 2, I decided on the Dynojet Power Vision 3 for my tuner. Also added the target tune. I dialed this bike in the best I could with the Power Vision and the target tune. Then I decided to take it to a professional, which would be David over at DC Cycle and Racing. And with my dyno charts here, you can see that David was able to squeeze a good bit more out of it than I could. Next for Thunder was the Rockford Fosgate Stage 4 sound system. I had DC Customs install this equipment while I was getting a new set of tires for Thunder. So here you see the head unit, also the 6x9s in the bag lids, the 5 1/4, maybe 6 1/2 behind the fairing, and then speaker pods on the lower fairings with 6 1/2s. One of my best investments was this Mustang Super Touring extended seat along with backrest. This seat and backrest has the silver stitch in it. This is the original look of Thunder from the factory, and I just had to have a better look. So what I did is I went to Advanblack and ordered the Dominator fender and the 4 1/2 stretch bags that were color matched vivid black to my bike. Once installing the Dominator fender with its smoked LED lights on it, I then went to Custom Dynamics and changed out all the lights on the rear of my motorcycle. I went with the sequential bag lights, which is the top right below the top of the bag there. Also, on the tour pack, I found the smoked arm for both sides of the bottom of the tour pack. I also found the smoke lenses for the brake lights on the tour pack itself. The front of the bike is no different. It got a custom dynamics makeover also. I went with the Pro Beam headlights and passing lamps. Also, the smoke lens blinkers, which I call switchbacks, and the front fender running light got an LED light with a smoke lens on it also. Toward the end of this video, I will give you a demonstration of the lights on this bike. The rear suspension of this bike has a JNR Air Ride. Also, it has lowering blocks to drop it just a little bit lower. I have a switch on the handlebar. If you look closely, you can barely see it, but there's an up and down air switch on the handlebar itself. With the Air Ride kit on this bike, I couldn't help myself. I went with a Southern Oregon Baggers center stand. And on the picture of this, where my COM port used to be on the center console, I removed the COM and installed the up and down stand switch. This is a look at the center stand from Southern Oregon Baggers on the bike, and it's set down on it. I picked up two of these little bags, and I call them the drink holders that go on the saddlebag guards. A very nice piece to have. On this side of the bike, you can see my Willie G Derby cover. Also, Willie G shift linkage. And guys, it's not if your shift linkage goes out, it's when it goes out. I strongly recommend that you replace that if you have it. This is a look at some of my recent additions of my Willie G collection. Floorboards, shift pegs, brake pedals, and highway pegs. And the most recent thing I've done to this bike is I replaced the CFR exhaust slip-ons with the Tab Performance 50 cals. They said they couldn't be done with this Advanblack mods, but I made it happen. Alright, here's the video I promised you of the front and rear custom dynamic lighting. I appreciate y'all hanging in with me here today, and please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I appreciate you watching today. Thank you very much.